Okay, welcome back to the Cat Lady Chapter 4. Um, we just got kidnapped by pest control and we're dead, so now we're playing as a cat. Well, I guess we just knock this over. But what I assume is the next parasite we need to deal with. I wonder if this is one of Susan's cats, I guess, because it's working for her. Okay. Okay. I guess that's pretty gruesome for what the bleach did. I guess that's all we can do is go into this hole. Which reminds me of like a old James Bond video game. I think it was a James Bond game.
Gorgeous.
GoldenEye or something.
I see my old lady brought the bleach. Again. What a shame. I really liked your eyes. It could have been a start of something very exciting for us, if you know what I mean. She does that every single time. What do they call it? Trust issues. That's it. Well, never mind. Plenty more fish in the sea. I'm not too fussy, but even I have some standards. Ain't gonna touch a bird like you, I gotta be honest, girl. You look like shit. But I wouldn't want you to think I'm not a kind man. Plenty of time until dinner, and you're in pain, so I've brought something to end your suffering. Think of it as an option. I've got this gun here. It's one of my favourites. There's just one bullet in the chamber. Large caliber. You'd be long dead before you'd feel any pain. Sounds good, doesn't it? I mean, it's just an idea, you know, no pressure. Ah, of course. You can't see it. That bleach turned your eyes to nothing but jelly. So I'll just leave it for you here. Feel free to use it. That bullet's meant for you anyway. I'd better go now. We won't want to get caught red-handed again, would we? You naughty minx.
Oh, she's still alive.
What was that? You can't reach it? Well, what did you expect? Life's a real fucker sometimes.
Oh, so I guess that's why we're not in purgatory or whatever. Wherever she goes to revive herself. Swallow the key. Shit it out later, I guess. Is that a gun? Oh yeah, it's a shotgun. Oh, I gotta wait for him to do something. Oh, I see. Well, if the cat would move faster. There we go. Oh, no. I want to spit it out here. I don't know what I'm doing. Guess I just spit it out there. Oh, okay.
What? Who's this? My eyes. I can't see a thing. That bitch. A key? Who are you? Say something. Anything. I should be able to unlock the handcuffs now.
I don't know what's going on. Oh, I guess we're moving around.
The gun! That idiot left his gun!
Take.
No! No!
Damn it, Susan.
I dropped it! Where is it? Where the hell is it? I've got it.
Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Shoot yourself.
I'm sorry, Mitzi. I have to break my promise.
Put chapstick on while she kills herself. I guess this came around the time Dark Souls did. Maybe it's where Dark Souls got the idea. No, Demon Souls did this. And I think that came out in 2009. Death is nothing at all. You've only slipped away into the next...
Hope you don't mind creepy posters.
It's your room. You can do what you like with it. But I definitely prefer this to fairies, rainbows, and pink unicorns. Did you make these?
No. My boyfriend made them. Some of them, anyway. So, Miss Ashworth, I happen to have a bottle of wine in my bag. I was going to leave it to Robert, but I forgot all about it.
Robert?
The guy with the rats?
Oh, yes. Of course.
So, shall we have a drink, then? We could get to know each other a bit more. I know, I promised I won't get in the way. And, I mean, you don't have to if you don't feel like it. But since we're going to live together for a little while, it won't hurt if we talk to each other, will it?
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay, I guess.
Great! I'll bring the wine. Oh, damn. It's one of those bottles with a cork. Have you got a bottle opener, Miss Ashworth?
In the kitchen. I'll go get it, shall I?
Yes, please. And while you're there, could you get a couple of glasses, too?
I think I remember what that is. And the glasses. It's like a Kurt Cobain reference. Alright, let's go get those things. The corkscrew is in the coffee cabinet, and the glasses are in that armoire cabinet, whatever you call it. I don't think I need a light switch. Corkscrew. One for me, one for Mitzi. She reminds me of myself when I was younger. I'm not sure if I can fully trust her, but so far she seems genuine. Maybe I will give her a chance. Were you goth in the 80s? I think that would be like her age, like when she was her age.
Have you found that corkscrew yet? We also need some wine glasses.
Oh, I gotta just give them to her.
There you go. Let's get that bottle opened.
Yeah, but we'll need glasses too. See if you can find some.
I found some wine glasses.
All right, that's all we need. Oh, and Miss Ashworth, I really must say this before we start.
Yeah?
I promise I won't cut your throat when you're asleep.
Very funny, Mitzi.
Oh no, I mean it.
That's fine. But just so you know, I always sleep with my eyes open.
So the Big C, want to talk about it? Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain. Sometimes I even like it. But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of. I got lost in a fog once, when I was just 9 or 10. I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
Yeah? How do you know?
The monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists.
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or guilt. They're the ones we should really be afraid of. But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant. You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it. There is only one way. You turn into a beast yourself, and like them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
I just don't like murderers. They're nothing but parasites.
So the Big C, want to talk about it?
So, the Big C. Want to talk about it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that. I put you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand. This is the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine. What kind of cancer is it? Do you mind me asking?
Brain tumor. Her name is glioblastoma.
Haha.
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia, sarcoma. Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
You might just be right about that, Mitzi. I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
How long?
They said I had a year. But that was 6 months ago, so... yeah. Not awfully long.
Is there anything...
They've tried.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So am I. Do you want to talk about something else?
What about prostate cancer? Is that a girl too? How are you planning to find this guy?
How are you planning to find this guy?
I don't know yet.
Or
A
testicular?
bit of detective work, perhaps. It shouldn't be that hard, really. There are only 8 apartments here. 1 is yours. That leaves us with 7. I was hoping that you could give me a hand, actually. You know some of your neighbors, don't you?
Not many. I never really cared about them. They changed over the years, too. You probably also figured by now that this is not the sort of place where new neighbors are greeted with a freshly baked cake. You see a new face, you give them a blank stare as you pass them in the hall, and you forget about them a minute later.
That bad, eh?
Well, there's that bull guy who lives above me in flat 5. He came here recently to shout in my face. He's a nasty piece of work, but I really don't think he's the person you're looking for.
What does he do for a living?
I think he's a train driver.
I can't imagine somehow that my guy would be a train driver. Okay, that's good. Leaves us with just 6. Anyone else you know?
I'd have to think.
You know, maybe not tonight. Let's just talk about something else, okay? I have plenty of time. There's no need to rush this. Maybe tomorrow we could sit down together and make a plan. I could draw a simple map of the building, and with your help, mark down who lives where.
Sounds good to me, Mitzi.
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him. His name is Jack. He's dead.
Oh.
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I guess so. Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
You have his pictures on his wall, on your wall. Was he an artist?
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch sad films, but I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog?
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
No, honestly, there is a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
How'd you two meet?
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for like forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. A perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy. I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky. But all luck runs out sometimes.
How did you take the news about your cancer?
How did he take the news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first. He laughed. Then he got really angry. I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff, His guitar, of all things, was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it? He was absolutely furious. He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. Begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. I felt trapped in this strange place where nothing that happened around me seemed real. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
How did he die?
How did he die? How did Jack die?
It was so distant in the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly. But it eventually found him. Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions, everything really. Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide. There's a guy there, calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum. It's like a failed suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you. To listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved, all thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes. I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong. Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn, 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. My head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was. When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But else there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day, I've never gone there again.
Oh, we're playing as Mitzi. Poisoned and inflammable gas inside. How strong is that gas?
How strong is that gas?
Extremely deadly, it turns out. It kills in minutes. It's that stinky stuff that smells like rotten eggs, you know? At high concentrations, it can knock down an elephant.
I'm sorry, I think I now understand. I know why there's signs on the window.
I'm so sorry. I think now I understand. He loved you so much, he couldn't bear the thought of living without you. And that guy, the Eye of Adam. I'm not surprised you want to find him. I know I would. I'm not sure if I should believe that you only want to talk to him. But hey, that's none of my business. I wouldn't know what I'd do if this happened to me.
Good to know, but I really just want to talk. I want to face Jack's killer and tell him what he's done to me. You know, the funny part is, he actually told me where he lives. He wants to meet me. Would you believe that?
How come?
Well, this kind of thing he does is called trolling on the internet. It's usually a form of extreme bullying and psychological cruelty. Those who are clever enough say, don't feed the troll. Don't talk to them. It only makes it worse if you show any interest in them at all. And Eye of Adam is no exception. He craves attention. He's a hungry troll who wants to devour as many hearts as he can get a hold of. I emailed him and told him I was a massive fan who loves his work. He wouldn't believe me at first. But trolls are always hungry, and I was prepared to serve him a meal fit for a king.
What do you mean?
I fed him so much bullshit that he really believed I'm a suicide preacher just like him.
Great. I wish he'd given you his door number, though.
It's all a part of some sick game he's playing. Sooner or later, I'll find him.
What are those two chemical products?
What are those two chemical products?
Well, I'm not sure if you want to know that.
I get it. You don't want to tell me because I'm a fucking suicidal maniac. Is that it?
No, Miss Ashworth. No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay. Maybe to some extent. Just replace maniac with victim and fucking with recovering. You've only just come back from the hospital. Whatever it was that made you do it, you proved you are capable of going through with it. I don't know you long enough to tell you if you're completely over it now. And the last thing I want is to give you stupid ideas. It would be just like what the Eye of Adam does. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me. I mean, how could I?
What if I promised you I would never do it again?
What if I promise to you I will never do it again?
Okay. Alright. But if you don't keep your promise, Miss Ashworth, I'll find you in hell and kick your lying ass for breaking my already broken heart.
You can't kick my ass when I'm dead.
I'll soon be dead too, Miss Ashworth. So, yeah, I swear I will do it.
I don't think so. You'll go to heaven, you muppet.
Okay.
The recipe for this deadly cocktail is very simple. Any good housewife can make it in a blast.
Okay. I guess we'll learn the recipe next time on The Cat Lady. Thanks for watching.